show hitting the scene. Shit tales of Oz and foreigner dreams. Tales are crazy wild as the wind. Laughs and madness could make you spin. Shit tales rolling forward as king. The podcast chaos, it's a wild thing. Tuning folks for a hell of a ride. Crazy stories far and wide. From down under to the Sunshine State, mishaps and mayhem can't escape fate. Chuvalo and Croc Dundee, a wild ride on podcast sea. Shit tales rolling Florida's king. Podcast chaos, it's a wild thing. Tuning folks for a hell of a ride. Crazy stories far and wide. From down under to the Sunshine State, mishaps and mayhem can't escape fate. Chuvalo and Croc Dundee, a wild ride on podcast sea. Shit tales rolling Florida's king. Podcast chaos, it's a wild thing. Tuning folks for a hell of a ride. Crazy stories far and wide.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Craptown Florida Man Power Ranking Podcast. I am NCR News Network, joined as always by friend and co-host and Field Marshal Extraordinaire, Anthony Caruso.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, NCR, and to everyone listening in across this wide blue world, welcome to another week of shithousery and debauchery from two of our favourite areas of the world, Australia and Florida. And NCR, as we go through the list this week, you know, we're getting ourselves prepped up, and I couldn't help but notice the studio looks a lot cleaner after Dwayne let all of the roughhouses through the studio.
Yeah, I told him if he didn't get it cleaned up, I'd call his PO.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
But, you know, to be fair, I can't blame it all on Dwayne. You know, we did have the captain, and he brought Ann and Hillary and Elizabeth.
Yeah, that's true. And we did have to clean up all of those bottles, those VB long necks all over the studio as well. So,
Hope you were careful with some of those because apparently some of them had some warm liquid in them.
Ew. Ew.
Oh.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Okay. Well, we're gonna get straight into it. But before we do, NCR, I believe we have a new sponsor.
Yes. Some people weren't expecting this, but you know, we sealed the deal. We have a lovely 10-year contract with them. And they sent us this ad to play.
Would you like to experience the apex between pleasure and pain? Experience your own subspace. Then get ready to submit to Mistress C. Come and meet Ireland's best new dom as you go and explore the depths of your depravity in a completely safe and consensual environment. With all the tools and equipment provided, Mistress C is ready for you to discover your new boundaries and leave you understanding just where you are placed in her world. Mistress C, never leaving you wanting.
Outstanding.
Oh, yeah. And, fellas, don't forget to use the safe word moist for that extra treatment.
Moist.
She's gonna
she's gonna kill us. Oh, she's gonna kill us, and we don't care. As always, I have the ceremonial coin. What are you calling?
Well, since I had the hot streak last week, I'm going tails.
Tails is the call, and it's a head.
Ah, damn it. All right.
We're kicking off things here tonight with the shit towns of Australia, and in 10th place, I'm going to shock the lot of you and tell you that it is not Port Pirie.
I am flabbergasted.
But that doesn't mean we won't hear from Port Pirie later on tonight. Indeed. Instead, we're heading off to Bendigo in Victoria, where a sex toy thief has been busted taking meth and a crack pipe to court.
Hold on.
You fucking weirdo.
Yep, pretty much. Unfortunately, whilst this story is hidden behind a paywall, we can inform you a convicted sex toy snatcher was busted bringing crystal meth into a courthouse. A woman made headlines pulling this all off together. Her name, Nikki Shembri. And not only that, NCR, she pled guilty.
I think we have a witness to what happened at the store when she stole the toy in question. So, sir, what happened?
It's a pornography store. I was buying pornography.
Okay,
Fair
then.
answer. All right.
Fair answer.
Yeah, fair answer. Yeah, absolutely. But then to bring it into court, what you stole along with crystal meth, that's special.
Oh, I
That
think it's
is-
beyond special.
Oh, oh dear, oh dear. NCR, who is your 10th place?
My 10th place is a Florida woman. You're in trouble. Florida woman slips on dog pee at bark at the park and sues Marlins baseball team.
She sued a baseball team.
Not only the baseball team, but she is trying to sue the stadium and the city.
Is this like the lady who got bitten by a spider, like a relatively harmless spider at Disneyland, and successfully sued them?
Well, there is some questions about the lawsuit I'll get into in a minute, but a synopsis of the story is a Florida woman went to a Marlins baseball game on Bark at the Park night. If you're not familiar with what that is, a lot of baseball stadiums do this where they let dog owners bring their well-behaved good boys and girls to the stadium to enjoy a baseball game. And well, they usually have a section dedicated just for that. This particular Florida woman decided on April 24th to go to the Bark at the Park game, and where she slipped on some dog urine on the ground and fell. Well, after falling, she has claimed she has suffered emotional distress, disfigurement, disability, pain and suffering, and is suing the Marlins baseball team, the stadium, the city of Miami for damages exceeding over $50,000.
Really? Seriously, really?
Now, here's the funny thing is she slipped in a part of the stadium where the dog owners were not allowed to bring their dogs.
Oh, but I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to use one of the videos just to give what I think of this woman.
Oh, well, you can kindly go fuck yourself.
Yes, she can. Now, here is everything she's suing for. I am not exaggerating this. Sustainable injuries resulting from pain and suffering, disability, disfigurement, mental anguish, loss of enjoyment of life, expectant hospital bills and nursing care, treatments for loss of earnings, and the ability to make money in the future, as well as anguish.
Really?
Yes, I am not making this up. But here's the thing.
Really?
The Marlins tickets actually have a disclaimer on them when you buy them that you enter the park and stadium at your own risk.
Yeah. Oh.
So, madam that slipped on dog pee, all I have to say to you is this.
Too true. Too true. Cop that. Oh,
Who was your
God.
number 8?
Number 9, you mean?
Oh, sorry, I'm jumping ahead.
Number 9, we head off to Karaki in New South Wales. Now, this is a brand new one for me because even I had never heard of Karaki before. And it's in my home state. Where is Karaki, you may ask? It's a fair way up the north coast of New South Wales, inland a little bit, from a town called Evans Head. And basically, it is in between Evans Head and Casino on the way to Ballina. So just north of it is Lismore. So it's a fair way north of where I am. What is the story? Well, a drug lab has allegedly been discovered in a flood recovery housing site. Yes,
Okay,
ladies and
that's a
gentlemen.
new one.
That is a new one.
It's just not right. It's really eerie here. Something's fucky.
Very fucky.
Thank you, Bubbles.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, a suspected clandestine laboratory discovered at a flood recovery housing site on the state's far north coast. Officers went to the Karaki pod village at about 11 a.m. and seized various chemicals and liquids for forensic examination. Once police identified it as a potential clandestine laboratory, the area was sealed off, crime scene was established, a search warrant was executed. It is too early to determine whether it is a clandestine or meth lab, but those inquiries will be continuing. It is believed the pod had been vacant at the time of the search, but the occupant is still being searched at the moment. Now, for those who don't know, the far north coast of New South Wales came into a lot of problems over the last couple of years from incessant flooding as a result of heavy rain that we'd received over the last 3 to 4 years. So it's not entirely surprising that there would be property that's been left abandoned. But a drug lab being left abandoned.
I mean, did somebody watch, Breaking Bad and think this might be a good idea?
And then probably got so stoned off it that they probably forgot where they put the lab in the first place.
Probably would not surprise me.
Oh, would not surprise me. Who is your number 9?
Oh, number 9 is a Florida man. Florida man barks like a dog for more than an hour in auto parts store and is arrested for drug possession.
Oh, that's special. That is special.
This one's coming from Law and Crime, but a Florida man was arrested in a auto parts store for drug possession after he was barking like a dog for more than an hour. This Florida man made a trip all the way up to Georgia, where he began to bark like a dog for more than an hour for no apparent reason. According to police reports, the police showed up to the Advanced Parts auto store, where they got the call that he's been in there barking for an hour. The man was later identified as Jonathan Naves, where the police asked him for identification. He said it's in his car. Going out to the car from the store, the police noticed in the vehicle a clear baggie containing syringes.
A clear bag containing syringes. Right.
Clearly, there was substances in the syringes and in the car. The car was completely searched, where they found another baggie containing a crystal-like substance.
Jesus.
Where it was later revealed to be methamphetamine. Names
But of course it was.
was subsequently placed into custody, where they found out he had a warrant in Monroe County, Florida.
It's... Oh, God.
One of the officers asked about the syringes, where Naves alleged and stated it was blood in the syringes. They were later seized as evidence as well as the crystallized substance, where he was taken into custody, where he was waiting to be transported back to Monroe County to serve out his warrants.
Oh my! It's like my brain is exploding, and I get the feeling that this is probably going to be the most appropriate thing to use right now with regards to this story.
But wait! There's more! Hang on to your seat, baby! Cause this one's a screamer!
I mean, there is how do you even go about this? I was like, hey, yeah, this is Tim over at the AutoZone. Listen, I got a guy in my store barking like a dog. No, not a dog, a man barking like a dog. Yeah. Come get him.
Are we sure it wasn't Chili de Castro talking about my dog?
My dog.
My dog.
I don't know, but I mean, if I had a warrant for my arrest, I would do everything I can to keep a low profile. I wouldn't go into an AutoZone and start barking like a dog. I wouldn't, wear flamboyant clothing. I wouldn't make a live stream admitting to all the crimes I've committed. Just saying.
But we are confirming the person in question is not Michael Kaiser.
Yes, we can confirm that.
Yeah. Okay, good. Just want to make that clear. Moving on.
Yes.
Number 8 for the shit towns of Australia takes us to Red Cliffs in Victoria. Another first timer on our list. Now, for a bit of a history lesson, where is Red Cliffs? I hear you ask, and why is it relevant? Red Cliffs is right on the New South Wales Victoria border, very close to Mildura. So it is, literally the middle of bumfuckville. Let's be honest about this. What's the story? Well, NCR, we're going to need the help of one of our favorite characters. Troy, get up here.
Roy.
No,
Where
Troy.
are you?
Troy.
Oh, Troy.
Troy.
I'm Troy McClure, and I'll leave you with what we all came here to see. Hardcore nudity! I'm Troy McClure, and I'll...
Troy, seriously, get back in. Troy, settle down. Seriously. I know the story's exciting. but it's not that exciting. Well, actually, it kind of is. A man has been fined after rooting a woman in broad daylight in a public park.
Was she hot?
Well, the stock image would suggest yes, but I doubt it. But it's where the incident occurred in particular. It was a public park next to a kindergarten.
Oh, come on, guys.
A Red Cliffs man fronted Mildura Magistrates Court after engaging in sexual acts with a woman at a public park in broad daylight that happened to be right next to a kindergarten. The man's name? Glenn Jopling. Busted for indecent act in a public place.
Oh, God, boy.
It's, not the best. I mean, look, to be fair, the stock image they use for it is kind of hot. But no. Unfortunately, behind a paywall again, but yeah. Our number 8 from Red Cliffs. A man caught having a bit of a broad daylight root with his girlfriend in a public park next to a kindergarten. I mean, it's very close to wood chipper, probably not quite there yet.
I think it's wood chipper adjacent. I think it's just, okay, we're going to give you a tour if you don't stop.
Yes.
Now, are you ready for number 8 from Florida Man?
Yes, fire away.
Because this is totally out there. It's not Florida Man. It's not Florida Woman.
Uh-oh.
It's Florida Horse. A Florida man dealing drugs on the street corner leads police on horseback chase where a Florida man was arrested, giving up a fourth of a mile later.
Wow. Wow. That's special.
Coming to us from Fox 35 Orlando. Florida police horse nabs man after wild chase over drug deal. Get the bad man. A Florida man, Jordan Wilson, was arrested after he tried to run from a police horse after he was caught handing off illegal drugs, according to authorities. Now, this is coming out of Jacksonville, but the Florida man was caught, found himself being on a wild chase, but not by a police cruiser, instead by a ruthless police horse.
Give that horse a promotion.
So Jordan Wilson, age 25, was caught handing off illegal drugs and money Tuesday morning in Jacksonville. The police, the sheriff's officer in question, was chasing him down on horseback from the mountain unit. The boy was fast on his heels, but the horse was faster. Wilson was seen running into oncoming traffic and attempting to escape. The JSO officer, Casey Heyer, with her police horse, Nash. Quickly springing into yes. So quickly springing into action, Nash was chasing him down, where Casey yelled to Nash, "Get that bad man, Nash." Why does this sound like a wrestling promo?
I could have imagined the criminal yelling out, "Oh my God, Nash hole!"
Well, after yelling that, Nash chased Wilson down for a quarter of a mile. "Hey, get on the ground," was yelled over and over from where she yelled at him. And well, Nash eventually got him to the ground. And would you like to see something funny?
Yes.
Let's take a look at the mugshot of this great and wise Florida man who thought 2 legs can outrun a 4.
Oh, let's see this. Let's absolutely see this. It's gonna be very special. Oh yeah, sure. Like you're gonna outrun a horse.
Oh, it gets better. We actually have still clips from the body cam.
Let's see it.
There's him being arrested.
Yep, very good.
And there's Nash getting ready to chase him down.
Get him.
I mean, Nash is keeping up. But if you go to the website, there is a video.
Play it. With thanks to Fox 35.
Yeah, move forward. Hey, come on.
Hold on.
Hey, come on. Get in there. Get that Batman. Get that Batman now. Get it. Get him now. Hey, God, where are you?
That's all we can play without getting copyright striked. But
oh, that's beautiful.
I want to send Nash some carrots and sugar cubes.
I think Nash is a good horse. Yep, deserves a lot of carrot. Yep, absolutely. Fine up. Give that horse a promotion. Moving on now. So number 7 for the shit towns of Australia. And we head off to Adelaide. And we've got a couple of stories to cover on this one here. It's going to be quite a bit of fun. First off, we've got a woman who threatened to kill a 12-year-old girl in a classroom. Not great behavior. A cop investigating a gender reveal burnout. But ladies and gentlemen, what took the cake this week? A horny thief pled guilty to taking a luxury car on a 300-kilometer joyride during a test drive and possessing an illegal aphrodisiac.
Oh, I'm kind of afraid to ask, but did they identify it?
Oh, let's take you through it. Seaton man, Vikramjit Singh, 30, said he wanted to have the Audi RS4 checked out by a mechanic after he collected it from a Plumpton dealership at 9 a.m. on Friday. When the vehicle failed to return by 2 p.m. as promised, the dealership turned to tracking data from an AirTag fitted to the car. It later revealed that the Audi had been in Blanchetown by 1:30 p.m., with the car then being reported as stolen. It was Victoria Police who then located the vehicle on the Sturt Highway, approximately 35 kilometres over the border and 322 kilometres from the dealership. Singh was arrested and also found to be in possession of an illegal Indian aphrodisiac.
Was it goat placenta?
I don't know, but I'm now curious.
Hopefully, our craft research team can help us.
Oh my! Yeah, it has been basically named an Indian Viagra. It's an opioid that has been brought in illegally. Multani Kamini Vidrawan Ras, or any brand of Kamini tablets. Wow.
That is a new one.
That is a new one indeed. And I kid you not, it was an black Audi RS4 as well. So that thing's capable of doing some miles.
It's a nice car too.
Yeah. But mate, all that over some Indian aphrodisiacs.
Hey, yeah, do something to get a rise for the occasion.
And on that horrible joke, what is your number 7?
Number 7 is a Florida woman. Florida woman caught throwing first date celebratory brick through ex-husband's window despite denying it.
I mean, just one of the more inventive ways to get out back at your ex-husband when you have a successful first date, but all right.
Okay, so this story has been making its way around the net, but a Florida woman, Sabrina, was caught on camera throwing a commemorative brick that her and her ex-husband had engraved on their first date. Now, this is unfolded last month in Baca Springs in Lee County. Deputies were involved when Sabrina's ex contacted that she was outside of his residence where she was trying to get back at him because he had moved on and was with his new girlfriend. She went as far as throwing this celebratory brick that she and her ex-husband got on their first date, and also doing some other minor vandalism. The surveillance footage caught her in plain sight doing this. She is currently in jail for throwing the brick through the window and faces charges for stalking, vandalism, and criminal mischief.
Oh, jeez.
And would you like to see this lovely, lovely Florida woman?
Oh, let's see it.
because she needs love, folks. We need to find her a Valentine to get this out of her system.
Is she up to your standards?
Oh, hell no.
Oh, boy.
Fellas out there, she needs your help. She needs your love. You can fix her. And you and her can have a first date brick.
Wow. Go back down a second, because I think we might have found your next girlfriend, have we not?
The female officer?
In Colorado.
Well, she's cute. I'll take her out for a cup of coffee. Maybe me and her can set up a little something at Mr. C's.
Oh, well, let's see. We will see in regards to that. We now move on to number 6 for the shit towns of Australia, and we head off to Sydney in New South Wales, and more specifically, we're going to head over to Mascot, where a gronkfluencer, yeah, there's a new one for you, NCR, a gronkfluencer,
okay,
has climbed inside a jet engine for social media video. Oh, boy. A bodybuilder has been forced to defend himself after a video of him doing push-ups in a plane engine went viral. Presley Ganoski jumped into the engine of a commercial jet on the tarmac of Sydney Airport before doing push-ups and flexing. The 23-year-old filmed the video last year but posted on social media over the weekend before the clip went viral. But the man copped a clip from Sydney Airport who released a statement slamming the stunt. Sydney Airport has zero tolerance for unsafe behaviour on the airfield, and we take all reports of potential safety breaches extremely seriously. And, well, here is a photo of this absolute mental specimen for you to see. I mean, there he is, ladies and gentlemen. Doing the push-ups in the actual engine.
You know, I think this is a good time for Darwinism to kick in.
I mean,
just saying.
I mean, he should be very thankful that the plane wasn't being used at the time, because as soon as that engine starts whirring up, guess where he's going? It's going to get the wood chipper effect.
You know, it reminds me of that meme. There's a photo of these two. It's a pilot and a flight attendant that met on a plane, and they fell in love, got married. So they did a photo shoot inside of a plane engine. And the meme is, our love is strong, but the plane engine is stronger.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
Our influencer is strong, but the engine is stronger.
Mr. Ganoski spoke to the Daily Mail, claiming the clip hadn't been taken how he intended. I just wanted people to get a laugh about it, he said. Like, it's as if I just got off the plane and I'm going to go work out. The plane was parked on bay and wasn't moving until the next day. I mean, seriously, dude.
You don't know the damage you could have caused.
Exactly. One person, you want to hear some of the comments that were made. One said on Facebook, stupid move, it wouldn't take much for that engine to turn him into mincemeat. The moment where starting the engine would also become quite famous on TikTok. A third person, how dumb can a person be to try to get a stunt that dangerous, and how was he able to get that far? And then see what social media is making people do. I couldn't agree more. And
100%.
Before I blow my head gasket, I'm going to go to your number 6 for Florida Man.
Number 6 is a very unique one. Florida man convicted in plot into blowing up Maryland substation.
Oh, geez.
Yes, Florida man has been migrating north lately. But a Florida man was convicted. Brandon Russell, age 29, from Orlando, was found guilty in conspiracy of damaging an energy facility. On Monday, after his 6-day trial, the U.S. Attorney Office of Maryland said that the evidence to convict him was outstanding, and he could not thank the jury enough. A hate-filled, violent person has no place in civilized society. Brandon Ross was a member of let's just put it this way. Those tiny penis individuals.
Oh, one of them, was he?
Yes, a self-proclaimed national socialist.
Aha!
He was caught in a plot to blow up a substation. However, it backfired gloriously when a joint terrorist task force with the Baltimore FBI and other law enforcement agencies convened to convict and catch him. Now, this did take place in 2022, but he's been sentenced now, where our friend was found to have maps, schematics, explosive, and a number of other places that he was going to attack, according to the prosecution. If he would have been successful, he would have caused over $75 billion in damages.
Is this a nomination for the Golden Turd?
Quite possibly, but he might have to wait to pick up his trophy because he is currently looking at a 20-year sentence.
Good. Well, maybe we can go deliver it to him.
Yeah, but I don't want to go to Maryland.
That's fair. That's fair. Number 5 for the shit towns of Australia. And, well, NCR, this one had to come up eventually.
The city of Townsville is under attack.
Jesus Christ, Townsville. What'd you do this time?
First off, dead shits predictably loot a flood-struck town. No surprise there. But our main story is a Gronk allegedly steals and crashes an Ergon ute while driver was assessing flood damage. And not only that, but the stolen ute, when it was eventually picked up, was then set alight and was also used to ram a police car.
Of course.
Unfortunately, the story is behind a paywall, but we do have a picture of what happened to that ute.
Oh, God.
They've done a proper job on that one.
That is somebody who's done that before.
Yeah.
That's not just, I'm destroying the evidence. That's like, okay, I know how to get rid of this completely.
Oh, hang on. Do you mean...
Oh, fucking do it again.
Well, clearly he's been trained in it.
Yep.
I mean, think about it. He's got the windows open. The hood's exposed to get more air to the flow of burning oil.
He's done a right royal job, hasn't he?
Yes, he has.
That's impressive. That is
Impressive.
Yeah, indeed. I hope that these guys get brought in and get done, and I hope we get to enjoy seeing what gets to come from them. Who is your number 5?
Number 5 is another Florida woman and another
Florida-
sworn lover.
The Florida women are on fire this week.
Do you see why I don't date crazy Florida women anymore?
I can see that.
Florida woman arrested after throwing condiments and running over ex-boyfriend with Range Rover.
I just want to stress you did say condiments, correct?
Yes.
Good. Just want to stress that.
Okay. Punta Gorda, Florida. A Florida woman throws ketchup, mustard, and eggs. The cost of eggs, that's a crime in itself.
Yeah.
And then runs over, and then hits and runs over with a man, her ex-boyfriend, with a Range Rover. I'm not even going to take a fucking chance at pronouncing this woman's name because I'm going to fuck it up. But she is a 19-year-old Florida woman who was arrested on Friday after the incident in a parking lot in Hamilton Point Apartments on Luther Road. The alleged perpetrator threw eggs at her boyfriend's car, then escalated by throwing ketchup and mustard on the vehicle. Moments later, the ex-boyfriend stepped out to talk to see what happened and figure out if there was any evidence, where she struck him with her Range Rover. The victim was slammed into the windshield of the vehicle, shattering the glass, where he flew off the hood. Charlotte County Sheriff's deputies confirmed that she did this. She ran over her ex and was charged with assault with causing great bodily harm. She did post bond and was told by the judge to stay away from the victim. The victim was treated by paramedics and was treated and transported to a local hospital for future care. The victim is now out of the hospital but is still suffering from severe fractures and injuries.
You know what I'm getting flashbacks to in terms of the car being attacked with condiments. That's that scene from the WWE in the feud between Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins when Ambrose attacked Rollins with that hot dog stand.
Yeah, but this is people ask me, NCR, is this shit real? Are women really like that in Florida?
Yes,
they are.
Yes.
Now,
yeah.
I dated a crazy woman for over a year and a half down there. The reason why you stick with them is either the living's good or you're scared, or both. And for me, it was both.
Yeah. Before we have any flashbacks for yourself, we better move on to number 4 for the shit towns of Australia. And we head off to Nambour in Queensland, where a gronk has bitten the ass of a victim and squeezed his balls in a squabble over $20. Hey, $20 is $20.
Just saying.
I know. Unfortunately, this story is behind a paywall, but Peter Neil Scowen has pled guilty to assaulting, biting his man, leaving him with a large open wound on his bottom, and squeezing his testicles during a bizarre attack over a $20 debt. Yep.
Before we continue, he bit him on the ass, right?
Yep.
Only one thing comes to mind.
I know I shouldn't eat thee, but sacrilegious.
Right.
I know I'm going to hell. I know that. I've made peace with that. It's going to be me and Red Band from Kill Tony. We're just going to be... We're running the soundboard for the torture room, guys.
You know the worst part is it's going to get worse. You know why?
Oh, don't tell me.
I do.
Go on and tell me.
I have a photo of him.
Roll that beautiful footage.
Oh my God. Check out this specimen.
Oh my God. We might have found Kaiser's Australian cousin.
I think it is. I think it's Kaiser's Australian cousin.
Oh, I just wanted to eat a piece of ass, mate. What? He owed me $20, so I told him I'd eat his ass if he didn't give me his $20. I heard him coming from a mile away, so I hid in the bush, you say. And I was worried about the drop bass, so I had to hurry up and jump out and just bite him on the eyes. I didn't get it full time to get the tongue in, but He still owes me the $20. And I broke Anthony, folks. This is a twice in one season.
Oh, put the glasses away. Give him the $10,000. Oh my god! It really is. It's Michael Kaiser's Australian cousin. Who is your number 4?
Number 4 is a Florida man who, I'm just going to read you the headline. Florida man gets denied for car loan, proceeds to steal car.
Are you serious?
I am dead serious. From CBS News 12 in Florida. A Florida man is accused of stealing a dealership's car in Vernero Beach after denied loan. I do have a mugshot before I continue the story because, let's just. Why does he look familiar?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Who does he remind us of?
Oh, no. No, it's not. Surely not.
I don't know. But here we go.
I've got to respond to that one. Hang on.
Damn! But a man is accused of vehicular theft after deputies say he stole a car from a dealership that he spent less than $50 on the Uber to get there. On November 6th, deputies say Jason Vincent Vorgonsky arrived on the Route 60 Honda dealership, in Vero Beach in an Uber to finance a new vehicle. When the dealership employees denied his finance for a 2024 Honda Tacoma, not Tacoma, but Tucson. Sorry.
We just want to stress. It is a Honda, not an Acura.
Yes, it is a Honda. No, well, Honda, Highlander, or whatever. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I don't know cars. Point is, my man stole a Tucson. So, after being denied the loan and, well, he found the keys in the ignition. He spent his last $50 on an Uber to get there. So he's taking the car home. Employees told police that they had a GPS locator on the vehicle where the deputies were able to track it back to his house. And how did they get the address to his house without having to use the tracker with the car not being moved? He had it on his finance application that he left on their desk.
Oh my god. Oh boy.
So they've promptly found the vehicle at his house, arrested him after multiple attempts on dealing with this asshole. On January 22nd in Indian River County, deputies found him at his mother's house with the vehicle, arrested him, and he has been charged with multiple counts of felony vehicular theft.
Specimen. Dead set specimen.
Oh, yes.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to get into the medals. And for the shit towns of Australia, Third place, the bronze medal goes to Albury in New South Wales, where an 11-year-old has allegedly filmed a police chase after threatening an elderly woman with a knife. In fact, it's two boys charged with post and boast offences after 4 people were arrested over an alleged armed break and enter and pursuit in North Albury at the weekend. Police were called to a home in Fairview Drive in North Albury at 2:20 a.m. on Sunday following reports of an alleged break and enter. Officers attached to Murray River Police District arrived on the scene and were told 4 people, one allegedly armed with a knife, had allegedly entered the home and threatened a 70-year-old woman, demanding her car keys before stealing her SUV. The woman was shaken but unharmed. They then found sight of that SUV. Police arrested 2 boys, aged 11 and 13, a 14-year-old girl as well. Now, get this. The 11-year-old boy was charged with committing an offence and disseminating it, aka post and boast, aggravated break and enter, committing a serious indictable offence, taken and driving a conveyance without consent of owner and being carried in a conveyance taken without consent of owner. He was granted conditional bail to appear in Children's Court on March 17. The 13 and the 14-year-old girl, 13-year-old boy and the 14-year-old girl were both charged with aggravated break and enter, committing a serious indictable offence, taking and driving a conveyance without the consent of the owner and being carried in a conveyance taken without the consent of the owner. They will be appearing in Children's Court. Well, actually, they'll be appearing when this goes to air.
Oh.
Yes.
Congratulations, you 3. You are so special.
Oh, dear, oh, dear. And well, at least, well, there was one more to come. There was a further 13-year-old boy arrested and charged, and he was bail refused.
Oh, young man. You have a strong career as a Gronk ahead of you.
Oh, he does. He does indeed. Who is your bronze medalist?
It's another Florida woman.
She is on a tear tonight.
Florida woman, Wingstop manager, throws hot grease and ranch at customers that were causing a scene.
Oh, no, that's my retirement grease.
I know. According to Fox 20, not Fox 25, but ABC 25 in Florida, a Wingstop manager is accused of throwing hot grease and ranch dressing on multiple people, causing a scene. Port St. Lucie. Okay, I got to stop here for a second. I have this theory, and it's something I think me and you can confirm this as scientists. So get our lab coats on here for a second. But
yeah,
why is it that every time there is a town with port in its name, they have the worst shit happen to them consistently? I mean,
yes.
How many times last year did we have port something in Florida or Port Pirie or port something in Australia? Just
Port Macquarie, Port Lincoln. Yeah, I think it's pretty safe to say, and as soon as your town gets port put in front of it, your town is officially shit.
I don't want to disparage a lot of port towns, but I'm just saying the signs.
No, I will.
Just saying the signs and the science pointed out. But back to the story. A Port St. Lucie Wingstop manager threw hot grease and ranch dressing on customers at the restaurant that were causing a scene. According to police and reports, an incident occurred just after 11 p.m. on January 28th at the restaurant on Southwest Port Street. More proof. More proof right there. The officers found 2 of the victims in the restaurant, claiming that the manager threw ranch dressing and hot grease at them. One of the victims was a minor, causing burns to their skin.
Jesus Christ, really?
The incident began when one of the victims caused a scene knocking over a container of straws.
The story just keeps going.
So the guy got into it, knocked over some straws, was probably heated. Manager's response is to commit aggravated child abuse and aggravated battery by throwing hot grease and ranch dressing on them.
Jeez.
Florida woman, I would like to introduce you to the wood chipper.
Yep. Agreed. Absolutely agree. And with that, well, the silver medalist is Coffs Harbour in New South Wales. Been a good week for New South Wales this week.
They've been kicking ass.
Yeah, I've been indeed. A Gronk hijacks a car with a kid inside it, then runs over the woman who tried to stop him.
Jesus Christ.
On about 5 p.m. on Saturday, police were called to Tiffany Close in Coffs Harbour following reports of a carjacking. Officers attached to Coffs Clarence Police District attended were told a man allegedly stole a sedan with a child inside. A 22-year-old woman who was attempting to stop the man leaving the scene was allegedly struck by the vehicle, causing her to fall to the ground. She sustained minor injuries. The man allegedly drove the sedan from the scene before stopping at Mackay's Road, Coffs Harbour, where he removed the child and handed the child over to a passerby. Police conducted a significant search to locate the man and the child. The child was recovered with no visible injuries. The man was located and arrested a short time later at a property on Kathleen Drive in Dirty Creek. What a very appropriate name for this piece of shit. The sedan was seized for forensic investigations. The man was taken into the police station where he was charged with, here we go, ladies and gentlemen, aggravated take-drive motor vehicle with person in on it, inflicted actual bodily harm, take and drive conveyance without consent of owner, destroy or damage property, and never licensed person drive vehicle on road. Not only that, but, he was refused bail to appear before Parramatta local court via AVL. I was going to say, if he was going to be transporting them from Coffs Harbour to Parramatta, that's a bloody long drive. But yeah, another one of these stories where somebody's stealing a car, then realizes, oh wait, there's a child in the back seat.
Well, it's one of those days, I guess.
Oh boy, isn't it ever? Isn't it ever? Who is your silver medalist?
My silver medalist is a Florida man, but just like your story, well, CJ.
Oh shit! Here we go again.
Oh dear.
Florida man kidnaps woman who struck him on his bike. A Florida man has been charged with kidnapping after carjacking a woman who had struck him on his bicycle. Danny Keith Helps, age 67, was charged with kidnapping, false imprisonment, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, and tampering with a witness. According to the Lake City Police Department, officers got a call from the Lake City Pharmacy on Thursday afternoon by a woman who told them this bizarre story. That she saw a man on a bicycle trying to cross the street at an intersection on West Highway 80. She made contact with the man who motioned forward. But when she started to go, he attempted to move forward where she hit his bicycle. The victim got out of her car to check the man to see if he was okay. Good call. And called 911. But she did not know that he had slapped the phone out of her hand, threatened her with violence, and ordered her to get in the car while he put his bike in the back of the car and got into the passenger seat. Then she said he took out a knife and told her to drive to a specific location. Once the victim got out, he got out of the vehicle and the victim returned to the pharmacy where she worked to call police. He did not take the bicycle out of the car.
What was this? Grand Theft Auto Geriatrics Edition, was it?
Well, it gets worse.
Oh no.
At the time, the Lake City police said they did not say how, but they did identify and arrest the suspect. So I'm willing to bet this is somebody they knew who's been doing this.
Oh, jeez. Wow.
You can see why I made this my silver medalist.
Yeah, thoroughly deserves. Which makes me shudder to think what your gold medal is.
Let's see what yours is first.
The shittest town of Australia for the week ending the 9th of February 2025. NCR, I think you could probably guess which town it is, given it hasn't come up yet.
Port Pirie, still shit. Or in this case, bigger shit.
Oh, you are correct on it. It is Port Pirie, South Australia, but strap yourselves in, ladies and gentlemen. 3 scumbags allegedly caught importing the date rape drug.
Oh, Chile would have been so proud.
3 Port Pirie men have been charged with Commonwealth offences relating to importing consignments of 1,4-butanidol, commonly known as the date rape drug Bute, following a joint operation between Australian Border Force and South Australian Police. The arrests were made after ABF officers detected 4 consignments of the drug within bottles labelled mechanical lubricant imported from China, addressed to a Solomon Town property. They conducted a managed delivery of the illicit substances, resulting in the search of 3 separate properties. One man was charged with 1 count import commercial quantity of border-controlled drugs and appeared in the Adelaide Magistrates Court by video link, refused bail, and the matter has been adjourned to February. Second man was charged with 2 counts to possess a commercial quantity of border-controlled drugs, while the third man was charged with 1 count, attempt to possess a commercial quantity of border-controlled drugs. Both men granted bail and are due to appear at Port Pirie Magistrates Court on the 24th of February. The maximum penalty for these offences is life. Now, just to clarify, life in Australia is 25 years. So, this is an absolute beauty. It is a supposedly masterminded plan to import the date rape drug through, of all towns, Port Pirie.
Port Pirie, you are still shit, but even bigger.
And just to clarify for everyone else here, in terms of whether this is actually possible to import through Port Pirie, the answer is actually yes. Because you have a section called the Spencer Gulf, which wakes its way past Kangaroo Island and Port Lincoln, goes all the way up to Port Pirie. It is basically like doing a drug run in, say, the coastline of far North California, where there's literally nothing going on. That's how impressive this was in terms of apprehending them. Port Pirie of all locations. Port Pirie never stopped being shit. NCR with that, and I am worried. Now, who is your gold medalist?
My gold medalist is I'm just going to do it. Florida man, cities, and this is an acronym for a conservational institute. Claims that being a sovereign citizen is justification for arson in Osceola National Forest, feds say.
What?
Yes. A Florida man is claiming that being a sovereign citizen is justification for him to commit arson in a national forest.
God damn it. Seriously,
To quote,
God damn it.
To quote Khan from King of the Hill, get ready because this one's going to kick you in your hillbilly ass. A Jacksonville federal grand jury indicted Justin Soraki of Jacksonville Beach on committing arson on federal property after setting a fire in Ocala National Park, National Forest. Now, this took place January 30th. But Justin was seen creating his own campfire in the forest where he was never meant to camp near. Well, it was not near his campsite, I should say. Well, it gets worse.
Oh, no.
When the U.S. Forestry Service officers told him he was not authorized to conduct a controlled burn, Justin told them that because he was a sovereign citizen, he was allowed to move forward with the burn.
Really?
Oh, we're not done yet. Yes.
Oh, no.
According to the FBI, the sovereign citizens are an anti-government extremist group that believe that they are physically restrained in this country and are sovereign to all of our laws and punishments. That includes taxes, courts, and entering motorized vehicles, and law enforcement from being able to punish them. 2 days later, Sosky was continuing the burn in the same location where the USFS observed smoke and a slow moving fire in the grassy brush and tree areas. There was no active controlled burn in the area. Once officers found Justin and attempted to read him his Miranda rights, he attempted to walk away in another direction, then ran off where officers caught him, placed him in handcuffs where he was resisting arrest.
This keeps getting better.
As he was interviewed by the Forestry Service as a favor, he said he was doing it as a favor to do a control burn, once again claiming that he was a means for punishment because he was a sovereign citizen and he had authority to do whatever he wanted. A court date has not yet been set, but I do have photos of the burn sites.
Let's see it.
All right, let me pull this up here. And this could have been a lot worse. Here's the first site. Clearly, you can see signs of an accelerant being used.
Yeah.
The darker the spots you see, that's an accelerant being used. More as dark as that is, I'm willing to bet it was probably kerosene. And, well, all of this as well. Now, I'm not sure if you're familiar with what's back there in that picture, but
no, I'm not.
Are you familiar? You're familiar with? All right, you're familiar with pine trees, right?
Yes.
Well, Florida pine trees are known for breaking and releasing a sap that's almost as strong as turpentine, but burns a lot longer.
Mm-hmm.
All of that back there was a Florida pine forest. So if one of those trees was to go up, you're going to have an uncontrollable fire.
Jeez.
That is my number one and my gold medalist for Florida Man.
Wow. Jeez. That's yeah. I don't know what to say about. I mean, that guy deserves the golden turd, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's far off getting a nomination for the goldest of turds.
Oh, I'm definitely putting him in my nomination book for the awards ceremony at the end of the year. But yeah, I mean, defense. I'm a sovereign citizen. I can do what I want.
You don't know me, Jerry. I do what I want.
Whatever. I do what I want.
Oh, wow.
But he has two excuses in one. Oh, I was doing you guys a favor. But you guys can't push me because I'm a sovereign citizen. I was doing you the favor.
I mean, I don't know how to respond to that. I'm just...
I don't either. But,
well, I'm not even going to try and compete for the golden turd. I mean, he's clearly won it. He has clearly won that. MVP for the week. It's a hard one, isn't it?
Perry.
Poor Perry MVP.
Oh, yeah.
They really did outdo themselves this time, didn't they?
I mean, they jumped 9 spots. That's impressive.
Very, very impressive indeed. Well, I think that's all the time we've got this week, isn't it?
Oh, yes. I'm at a loss for words for a lot of these stories, but remember, folks, if you're going to commit a crime, make sure there's no children in the cars you steal.
Or don't forget to take the evidence out of the car that's probably going to get investigated.
I am NCR News Network.
I'm Anthony Caruso.
Be well, be safe, and we'll see you guys next time.